Hello everyone, my name is Raphael and today I will introduce you in this video to the culture appropriation. It's going to be deeper than that since I'm going to talk about the companies in influence, we're taking the elements of different traditions and selling those information to their customers. Before going to the subject, let me explain you what the culture appropriation is. It describes the use of objects or elements of a group identity used by different ones. Some of you think that it is totally adequate to match culture since people with different ones come and exchange on their belief. To give an example, the innovation and inventions for mixing music cultures ended up with an excellent type of music, the country music. But it could be also used in a commercial way, and that's what we're going to analyze. Let's take an example. Each year, more and more people learn the benefits of yoga and how it can help them in their daily life. The story of yoga is going thousands of years ago in South Asia, only practiced for traditions. But do you know that yoga at the beginning included practices coming from the indigenous people? Those people has been excluded through the caste system. Yogas from the start denied the minority group, and let's take the story of Rana Pandey. She's an Indian and is a yoga teacher leading classes in law firms and companies in New York. When she was putting her hands together and bowing, a gentleman just laughed and said, "Namaste, is that for real? I thought it was a blocking yoga studio thing." She had to correct him by saying that it's Indian. His answer was, "Yoga is Indian." So yoga is a practice based on a work on ourselves, self-awareness, self-love and freedom from material trappings. This is now generally depicted with stylish athletic apparel and sponsored worldwide population as a spirituality and physically elite activity. A young CEO of a New York organization asked Rina why she can get a 300 hours yoga certification done the fastest, missing that yoga is a lifelong process of balanced living. She said in the article that, "When I see social media celebrities and yoga advertisement promoting athletics model like bodies in sexy apparel, potentially encouraging more attachment to items and creating insecurities rather than relieving people of suffering. Or when I'm walking by a shop with my parents solely to and confusion over wirely Hindu scriptures, which my father can read, being literate in Sanskrit were printed on a hoodie and tossed into a sale pile." For Hindus, these deities are not just cultural symbols or just myths. They represent God for them. Fitness app without working plans retain members longer than gyms. But some yogis are pushing back, saying that the studio shouldn't change its pop roots. "Keep the music, add more color to the paywall," one commentator wrote on the company's post. Another one, who identified himself as a person of color, agreed. The explosion of yoga studios, yoga videos, apps, yoga pants, and other yoga swag over the last 2 decades are the evidence of this. Yoga contributes to economic system, but never forget this system is built upon exploitation and commodification of labor, often the labor of black people and people of the global south. The industry of yoga is about $60 billion in 2020. Yoga is much more than overpriced stretch pants and boutique fitness. The westernization of yoga has done and will continue to do so much good for the world and also for the humanity. Another example is the ayahuasca ceremony. If you don't know what it is, I will explain it to you. Ayahuasca is a brew from the leaves of the Psychoriacea virus shroom getting along with the stalk of a special vine also. The ceremony was done for spiritual and religious purposes by ancient Amazon tribes. It should be noted that some of the adverse effects, such as vomiting and diarrhea, are considered a normal part of the cleansing experience. The journalist is very apprehensive. He thinks that it will be quite a powerful experience if we will take his words. He learned about it and discussed with other people. During the experience, he said, "There is an extraordinary battle going into my head at the moment. The conscious mind and the plant. I have found a quote from Leslie Vela that said, It is making some people very rich. Yet, the indigenous communities where these practices originated continue to live in poverty. The industry of ayahuasca has bastardized the ritual. Others claim that it has brought much needed attention to the region. White people in the Amazon sing songs in a mishmash of indigenous languages that it doesn't speak. White people opening centers in the jungle, hiring local people to lead ceremonies. The white people even wear the feather crowns themselves, shaking the leaf rattle and sing in carols. Those are the songs for calling the spirits back in their own cities. In Iquitos, one of the Peru's ayahuasca hotspots, there are more than 40 retreat offering ceremonies, with prices as high as $3,000 for a 10-night stay. The influx of tourists has also driven up the price of ingredients for the potent hallucinogenic brew. The vine has tripled in value in the past 6 years and is now being grown commercially. For farmers in impoverished agrarian regions of South America, there is a lifeline to improve their economic circumstances. However, the prospect of commercial gain has attracted corrupt profit seekers who have been known to promote themselves as shamans despite having no knowledge of ayahuasca. There have been reports of these four curanderos, as they are known in Peru, brewing ayahuasca with toxic alternative ingredients, leading some participants to become seriously ill. Worse, a number of women have been allegedly been sexually assaulted during ceremonies as the end of these imposters. In 2015, an anonymous letter penned by 50 women circulated online. The letter detailed the experiences of sexual abuse while staying at the retreat in Peru. The same year, so-called the neo-shaman Edgar Orlando Gaetan Camacho was charged with assaulting 8 women while leading them through ceremonies. The authorities found that he was suspected of abusing 15 women during the ritual by drugging them and raping them. To conclude, based on our 2 examples, yoga and ayahuasca ceremony were at the beginning to help the humans in terms of respect. The cultural appropriation from the companies were on the ideas that the people have because of the films, the outfits, imposters who only do that for money, sexual assault, and finally, the denigration of the rituals. From self-love or religious spiritual travels to lucrative business activity. We live in a world that changes constantly and where the companies want to make profit whatever the sector is. The improvement of industrialization leads to a loss of humanity. Thank you for your attention and share your ideas in the comments below.